Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first video for the year 2025. So I think I should say Happy New Year to you guys. I've not been around, I've not been active in this channel for a long while. So I'm just coming back and I hope I will be here and I will be able to stay here for the long run. So this video is packed with a lot of things. This video is about this animation that you're seeing on the screen right now. So if you're interested in learning on how I made this particular video, please sit tight and enjoy because this video has a lot of things that you can also use in your other projects. So without wasting much of your time in this, let's just head into the computer. All right, so this is Blender and I'm going to tap out of this box and we will be seeing this. So what I'm going to do is to just select everything, X, delete. So I'm going to add in a plane, Shift A to add in anything. So I'm going to be selecting plane in the mesh option. So now I'm going to scale in the Y axis, SX, just scale this out very well. Just scale it out very well. So I'm going to move this back and just place it right in front there. All right, I'm going to say Control A to apply rotation and scale, just in case, I don't know, just in case. So we won't be having maybe any artifacts. So now I'm going to go to tab mode, edit mode, which is the tab. You can use your tab to go to edit mode and say Control R and just use the scroll wheel to increase or decrease, but this time we're increasing. So I'm going to increase, click accept, sorry, Control Z. I'm just going to do that again, increase and left click and right click to keep that in place. All right, now what I'm going to do is to go out of edit mode and just say Control+2. So Control+2 is adding a subdivision level of 2, which you can also do here if your Control+2 is not functioning. Maybe, I don't know, but one way or the other it's not functioning. Just go over here, add modifier, subdivision surface, and you can increase or decrease it right here. All right, so now moving on, I'm going to add in, we've added everything, right? So everything is in place. So now I'm going to add in a curve. No, sorry. I don't want to go to curve directly because I don't have any curve that is giving me exactly what I want. So I'm just going to go to mesh and circle, and without touching anything, this is what we will have. Then you come down to add circle. I'm just going to reduce this to 6, that is the vertices to 6, and this is what we'll be having. So I'll be rotating this now, RX 90, and I'll be going to front view, back view, and I'm going to be raising this up till it's touching this middle part. So this is what we're having, but I want to scale it out a bit again, or we can leave it like that, but I want to just scale it out a bit. So back, I will just raise this up, GZ. All right, so now I'm going to enter edit mode tab. This is in vertex selection mode, which is this, but if you want edge selection 2, you click on number 2 in your keyboard and you will have this. Then 3 is for face selection. We don't have face yet, so this is what we have. Anyway, so moving on, I'm just going to select everything by pressing A to select everything. Double tap A again to unselect, A to select, A to unselect, A to select. So Shift D, I'm going to duplicate this, S to scale, and let me just place it. Let me place this here. Control L to select everything that are meshed together, that are linked together. So L, S to scale. All right, Control L, S, and just hold your shift to scale gradually. All right, now I'm going to still do the same thing. Shift D, S to scale. Shift D, S to scale. Don't worry, you understand what I'm doing soon. So now I'm just going to say V and just separate these two vertex, and I'm going to merge it with this one. So I'm going to merge these two to this. Make sure this is the last one you're selecting. So M at last. So I'm going to break this one out to V. M at last. So now I'm just going to shift this back using the X. Make sure they are aligning back again. All right, so now I'm going to extrude this down again. Z, make sure you're following exactly what I'm doing, because if you don't, you might have problem in the future. So I'm going to still separate this one. V, separate, select this again, select this, M at last, V, separate, M at last. Sorry, Ctrl Z. I think I made a mistake. So now this is here, and I'm supposed to merge with this one, M at last, V, M at last. So I'm going to put this one in place, GX, put it back in place. All right, so now I'm going to extrude this one down as well, Z, put this in place. So I'm going to merge this one too at last, V, merge this at last. Now I'm going to still put this back in place. So this is what I'm going to be doing throughout until I reach the last point. So I think I'm going to speed this up because I don't want this to be too long. So just follow the previous ones I did and you'll be fine. Alright guys, so we're done with the rotation. So this is what we got. This is what we call the spider web. So now I'm going to extrude this EX, just extrude to this point, and I will still GX, and I will still extrude it again, X to this point. Now this is what we have. We're still in the mesh format of not yet converted to curve. So if I go out of edit mode tab, I will say Control 2 to add in a subdivision surface, which is what you can come over here. You can see this icon here. You can come over here, add modifier subdivision surface. So the Control plus 2 is a subdivision layer of 2, which you can also increase and decrease here. So that is just it. So I'm going to apply this Control A, Control plus S. Okay, so moving on, we're going to now transform this to a curve. So I'm going to rotate this. I'm going to right click, and go to convert to curve. The next thing I'm going to do is to add a curve. Make sure you're selecting, this is the one you're selecting. So I'm going to go here, select add curve, and I'm going to use this icon here to select this object. Or even if you don't select the icon, you can just come over here and just see a circle there. But if you have a lot of curves, they will all be here. You won't know which one is exact. So this is your best bet. Just select what you want to select. Okay, so now this is a big issue actually. This is a big issue. You might be lucky you will not pass through this, but you might not be lucky you will pass through this. There is one way to actually fix this, but it's still somehow not in a good way, but we'll still do it. So this is a big issue anyway, but let's see how we're going to fix it. So I'm going to GX, move this to the front, to the back. Make sure it rotates completely. Let's see. GX backwards. So GX, make sure it just rotate it completely. Rotate it completely till it comes out. GX, just bring it all out. Don't worry, we're going to push it back to its normal position. GX. So this is a position it should be. Now I'm going to bring this up. Now, as you've done this, your down is your up, your up is your down. This is the only way I've seen how to fix this though. I don't really know how to overcome this, but this is the only way I have so far. So I'm just going to stick with this for now. I'm just going to hold the two of them, and now move the two to the front. Move it back to where it's supposed to be. All right, so now I'm going to just GX, move it back to its position. So now if I rotate this, I think it's going to be in its stable position. So if I say GX, as you can see, it's now rolling fine. GX. That's one thing about curves. They are just so crazy. They are so crazy. You just need to know how to handle them. Anyway, now I'm going to rotate this to its full, not actually to its full glory, but just rotate this because there's something I need to add modify, solidify modifier, so I need to know what I'm doing. So let's just rotate it to a good point. GX. All right, so let's just stay here and let me select this and shade smooth. All right, moving on, let's add in our subdivision. So if I say solidify modifier now, I'm going to raise this solidify modifier up. Let it be above the subdivision, because the way I understand it is if you open this add modifier, you can see this arrangement. So solidify is up above subdivision surface. That is the way I kind of understand it. Why? I don't know. I'm not sure. It might be, it might not be. Why all this one will be above this one will be above this one will be above this one. Just the way I think it works though. So far, that's how it has been kind of working for me. So anyway, moving on. I am just going to increase thickness. Let's just increase it to this point. And yeah, this is what we got. So now I'm going to enter edit mode. So now if I enter edit mode, it's either going to move to this point. This is where we're going to see it. Yeah, so if I enter tab mode and it's rotated backward, so there's a big issue. But anyway, moving on. This is how I used to do it. I don't know. Although sometimes it will normalize and just go well. But anyway, for now, I'll just add Control R, then Control B to that point. All right, out of edit mode, and this is how it came out. If you want to add this place to be sharp as well, you can still do that. Just come over here, Control R, and just drag this. Same thing over here. Control R, drag this. The only thing is that this might not be the endpoint, but anyway, let's just see. Okay, so this is what we have so far, and this is what we are moving. GX. Okay, front is back is front. So don't worry, we know how we're going to animate this. So anyway, now we're going to set up our camera. So our camera is right over here. So let's just move everything back. GX. All right, so I'm going to add our camera. Let me just go to front view. Main. Anyway, it doesn't matter where we put the camera. Just Shift A, camera. And now we can press the theta key again and just go to view camera, then N. We're going to press N and it will bring us this bar here. So we're going to go to view camera. So anytime if we move our screen, the camera moves along with us. So that is an easy tool or a good tool for us. So now we're just going to set our camera the way we want it to be in the final animation. So make sure that when you're okay with how you want it to be, you can just always go back and check this. But anyway, now I'm going to split this screen, vertical split, and just split this. Now this one is going to be for camera view only. Now I can make it just for you to see only the camera. Now that the camera is selected, press this camera icon and go down to viewport display, and you see this pass part out. Just increase it down to 100 and you only see what is in the camera view. So anyway, now this is what I'm just going to be using to animate. Just press T to hide that bar. You can still do the same thing here. All right, now I'm going to add in an empty. Shift A, add in empty. This empty is what we're going to use to move the plane. Let me explain. As you can see now, GX. If I move this curve now, GX, move it to the front. We want the animation to come from, if you look at this place, we want the animation to come like this while it's unfolding. But if we do that, GX moving forward, it's on, it's folding back. It's instead of unfolding, it's folding. So We don't want that. So the best thing we have to do now is to move this up. GZ. We'll use this one as what we use in moving it forward. Why this one? GX. If I move it, if you can see if I'm moving it forward, it's unwrapping. This is what I want. Moving this forward, it's unwrapping. So what we're going to do now is we're going to parent these two. We're going to parent it to this. So select this, let this two be orange color. Let this two be orange color, yeah, and this one will be I think yellow. Yeah. So now that you've done that, you say Control P. Then choose object, keep transform. Object, keep transform. So when you say object, keep transform, meaning that they will be in the position they actually are. Like nothing will change. So this is what we're going to use to move this animation front and back. All right. So now the next thing we're going to do is to animate this. So this is where I want this to actually happen. So I want this to unfold completely. Let's say unfold completely. So now I want this animation to end. Sorry. I want this animation to end here, right here. So now this position is going to be the last position, which is, let me just go over to 50. 50. Let's say, for example, we can still push the time, keyframes around to see how we want it. So I'll just say location and rotation. So this is the ending part, and the beginning part, I'm just going to go to number 1 and move this GX just a bit out of the frame, out of the camera frame. So I'm just going to say location rotation. So this is what we're going to get. This is what is going to come out. So now for this animation as well, this is 50. So this is where I want it to be, location and rotation. So for number 1, I will just move this one forward, I think. Sorry, forward. Like this. I want it to be, I think, more wrapped. So I'm just going to move this now. Now I can say location and rotation. So if I play this, you can see it's unwrapping, and there you have it. All right. But there's something I don't like, which is okay. It went back. But let's see if we can actually fix that. So now this animation is supposed to stop here, but it went a bit further. I really want to fix this issue. Let me just hide this page. Play that again. Let me make it a bit slower. So if I select these two and just select only this and just move this to 100. So let me make it a bit slower. Whew, that does not come out nice. Oh, I was supposed to select all. Well, anyway, G, move it to 100. All right, let's play that again. And yeah, it's okay, but let me see if I move this to, okay. So what's making it slide back? Okay, let's say this is like this now. I'm just going to come here and just kind of bring this down, GZ. All right, this down like this, and I'm just going to bring this down a bit more. All right, so if I'm picking this, it's going to land like this. All right, since it's landing like this, let's go over and select this. All right, this is where it stopped in terms of movement. I just want it to sort of, all right, I'm going to add a keyframe here, location rotation, and I will delete this one. X, delete keyframe. So if I move this, let's just say move this to a 90, and I will do the same thing for this one. This is where I want it. So I'll say location rotation. I'm going to delete this one. X, delete keyframe. So I'll still move this to a 90. All right, I think. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to delete this whole thing. Let's just start from the beginning. No, not totally total beginning, but in terms of the animation, let's say I'm going to select everything and just a X delete keyframe. So now I'm going to unparent this Alt P and clear and keep transformation. But I think I want this to be in the middle of this. So let me just say GX, just make this lie down completely flat. Lie completely flat like this. And I'm just going to move this to the center of this kind of GX, just place it somewhere here. Let's just say here. Alright, so now I will click this, select this, and select this, and say Ctrl P, object keep transform. For this, for the beginning, this is supposed to fold GX, fold to this. I think I want it somewhere here. Let's say here. Alright, I'm just going to say I, location and rotation, same thing with this one. I, location and rotation. So going down to 100, I'm just going to move this backward. GX, move this till it's flat. I need to look at it. So GX to the back till it's flat, a point I like. Okay, there, I'm okay there. Hold on, let me just, alright, there. So I'm going to add location and rotation. So now this, I'm just going to move this to the front, GX to the front, which is right there. So I, location and rotation. So now I'm just going to play and see what I got so far. Alright, so it's still doing the backward something. So let's see. Let's see. Is that where I actually want it to be? Right? Okay, it's actually entered, right? This one is no longer reversing after. Alright, it's there. Yes, that's how I want it to be. Okay, so we're done with the first animation. Alright, we're done with this. So we can now go ahead to just add colors and all that. So anyway, just Shift A, just add in mesh, plane, S to scale, G, Z. So we want this to move in 4 different positions. So we're still going to do the same thing for this other side. So I'm just going to, so because of this, now I'm going to add another empty, which this empty is what we're going to use and rotate it. So this animation will just be there. So if I say Shift A, plane, can add an empty, since we've already, because if we move this now, if we play the animation, it will still come back to this particular position. So I want to add a Shift A, empty, and let's just use a cube for this. So I'm just going to move this backward, GX, somewhere here. It doesn't matter anywhere you want to put it, anywhere you're comfortable, it doesn't matter where you're putting it. So the only thing I'm going to parent to this is this particular empty. So I'm just going to put this and say Ctrl P, object keep transform. So if I move this now, no matter where I put it, even if I play it, it will still stay there. So that's the essence of that particular one. So now if I duplicate this, let's say this, Shift D, and I'm just going to rotate this RZ 90, and let's go to top view. Let's go to the last point, which is right here. So I'm just going to move this here. This is where I want this one to end. I want to say GX, so I want this to be here. Let me just hide this to page. Alright, so now move this GY, GX, GY. So I want this animation to end here. And I'm still going to Alt H. I'm still going to do the same thing for this other direction again. I think, hold on, let me just make this GY somewhere here. We are going to duplicate this again, this and this and this. So Shift D, RZ 90 degree. So now I'm just make sure this is what you are using to move around, not the other ones. This is the only thing. Hold on. G shift Z to move it along the X and Y, but not the top axis. So alright, so now I'm going to place this GYGX, and this is where this one is going to be. Alright, so this is our animation so far. This is what we are getting for this animation. Let's go to final view and see something. And there you have it. That is it for this animation. Alright guys, so this is where this tutorial kind of end. Yeah, you can use this to do a lot of things. You can use it to do a lot of animation. So in my final video, as you can see, I just went ahead to um, add some lighting and everything. So let me just go ahead and do that with you guys. So this plane, I'm just going to leave this plane as it is. And this one, I think I'm going to make it red. Just go over here, new. I will make this, don't forget to save, please. I'll make this one red. And same thing, this one kind of, I think I should say a yellow. Okay, all right. This one will be like a yellow. Okay, yeah, something orange yellow. And this, I think I should give it something like something pink, purple, anyone. So now I'm going to add in light, shift A, lights, points, I think area lights. We do G, Z, move this up. This is in render view mode, so you can see the whole thing. So I will scale this, and the world view needs to be dark. Yeah, we need when I mean dark, completely dark. So now for this light, now I'm just going to give this like a 1000 watts. 1000 watts. You can make this much more interesting by adding more lights and the rest. Okay, this light is not bright enough for this scene, so let's say 1.5 for example. All right, it's nice, it came out fine. Okay, so this is what we have so far. So in my final videos, there was like a phone that just kind of flipped in. But that one is just an easy something to do. You just kind of put your device here or anything that you want to do and just slide it. The animation is just a one-way street something. So it's an easy something to do. Alright guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. I hope you just enjoyed this video. I hope you really like this video. I hope that it will push you to subscribe to my channel. Please do well to subscribe, like, and comment so this can give me more morale to put out more video, because if you guys keep watching and don't subscribe, it's kind of dull my spirit and I'll just end up just wanting to go out there and finding work instead of putting out videos here, Alright guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.